Wow, it's so hot in here without the AC on, but I just thought I'd turn it off so it wasn't so loud. So I was just in the middle of editing on my computer, and then I heard the doorbell ring and I got a package. So it's from my sister. It says craft supplies. So let's open it up and see what it is. Hopefully it's easy to open. My sister's really bad for making packages really hard to open, but this one looks pretty easy. Got the box open. Let's see what we've got. So we've got the card, and you are supposed to read cards first, but, well, okay. I'll just open this up. I don't think I'll read anything too personal to anybody because it's for me and not for you. Ooh, there's tons of cool stickers in here. And a little letter. Okay, I'll read it out loud, and then if it's something I don't want you to hear, then I'll just cut it. So she wrote this June 29th, so 1 month ago. She says, Jess, today is my second last day, but last day with the children. Tomorrow is a staff-only day to clean up and such. Crazy how quickly the year ended. I'm teaching French immersion art for grades 7, 9, and 10 next year in spring. So if you have any ideas or project suggestions, I have to see what Guido did and cross out a bunch of options. It's going to be tough, so let me know anything at all, and I will let you know. We'll see, but I mean, you can look on Pinterest, there's so many ideas on there. I'm sure there's a way to incorporate French in it. Okay, how are your art projects doing? Your garden? My garden is looking happier for sure, though the wind doesn't help with some of the weaker plants, like the tomato plants. So many of my melons died. They're quite weak in the open air. I can't wait to have a greenhouse, then I can grow anything, probably. So I do have a little bit of a garden outside. Well, okay, I used to have a bit of a garden, but now it's pretty much depleted. It was looking really nice when it first started growing and the plants were getting really big. I had 2 things of zucchini, and then in the corner there were some onions and a basil plant. And then I had lettuce, spinach, and chard. But the bugs here are just crazy. And maybe it's because I'm not using any sort of pesticides, but all of my spinach, okay, everything pretty much, spinach, lettuce, chard, they got worms or caterpillars like crazy that ate the shit out of them. So I got what I could out of it. So I got like maybe 1 bowl of salad, and after that I just had to rip them up because they were so bad. And in the beginning for my zucchini plants too, they were getting the same caterpillars as the lettuce. I managed to get rid of most of them. But they were eating the plants like crazy. And even when they first sprouted up, so when zucchinis come up, they usually have 2 main leaves, and then eventually they sprout smaller ones in the center. So a caterpillar ate off 1 leaf, or like clipped it enough that it wasn't gonna keep growing, so I took it off. But that plant from that point on was stunted, and it flowers, but it's pretty small in comparison to the other plants beside it, which are really big. And then also there's these beetles, and they're not so bad now, but in the beginning there was tons of these black and yellow beetles, and they're just eating all the leaves, and oh my god. It was just like, at first I was just sad and heartbroken, and after I was just angry, and then I almost just gave up. I did get 2 zucchinis out of my zucchini plants when I was promised way more. I mean, online it says that zucchinis are known for producing way more than like you can handle for one person. And I had 4 plants, so I thought, I'm gonna have too many zucchinis, I'm gonna give them to my neighbors, I'm gonna make everything out of zucchini. But I got 2 zucchinis out of it, and I've seen nothing since, and the flowers are just falling off, and I ended up just ripping up 2 of the zucchinis and just getting rid of them. So, yeah. And the flowers are looking pretty good, but the pots are pretty small, and I think they need more soil. They are flowering. I've got 4 different types of flowers. I got marigold petunias, these tall ones, I can't remember what they're called, and I had some baby's breath. They look okay, but I think they're not doing so well with this really hot weather. Yeah, they're just not looking so hot, and some of them actually have worms on them too, and I just driving me crazy. I don't even know what to do about it. Here I am, first time gardener. Garden looked really good, and then the worms came and pretty much just broke my heart. So I might just have to start over or something. I don't know, it's just horrible. Anyway, that's how my garden's doing. Not so good. So she goes on to say, "You're all finished teaching for the summer. That's awesome. Still going to Bali? When? I might go to visit Kelowna and Edmonton to see friends this summer. Make some effort in friendship." So me and Jimmy wanted to go to Bali. That was our original plan, and then also to go to Virginia to visit his family later. But his vacation time and my vacation time only overlapped for 2 weeks, so we had to cancel Bali, and we're going to move it to next year. And we booked our trip just recently to Virginia, so we leave in 2 weeks to go there, so that should be exciting. But yeah, that's what's happening with Bali. But it's cool that she's going to visit some friends in Edmonton and Kelowna, so that'll be nice. Have you been busy with friends and Jimmy? How's he doing? Are you both happy? Are you good? Not lonely or bored? Just making sure I wouldn't be me if I didn't ask you. So yeah, me and Jimmy are doing good. We're both happy. I mean, every relationship has ups and downs, and we do live together. But I mean, I think that we have enough like lone time. Like, he has his time at work, which kind of sucks. And then he comes home and, you know, he'll do his thing and I'm not bothering him. And then we have a lot of time together, and I have time all day, especially right now since I'm out of school. So yeah, and I think in the beginning when I moved to Japan, I was quite lonely. You know, it was a hard transition coming from Korea, where I had, you know, huge group of friends, to coming to Japan, and I only knew Jimmy, and I knew like one other person. But I've sort of accepted it. You know, I make use of my time. I have plenty of art projects, and I go biking, and I see things, and I just find that I haven't been looking for friends, really. And with Jimmy around all the time, I feel like, you know, we have enough socializing between the two of us, and then when we go out and do adventures and stuff, that I just haven't thought about making any new friends. And I did have a couple girlfriends here, but they moved back to America already. And that's sort of just the reality of living in another country, where, you know, foreigners are just coming and going. And just even like myself, I'm not planning to live in Japan for the rest of my life. So even if somebody who lived here decided, or not decided, but became my friend, they couldn't see me as like that long-term person in their life. Like, I could be friends with them now, and then I could leave and we could still be friends, but we would never have that same connection. So that's just how it is. But it's okay, I've accepted it. I'm okay with it now. It's weird after the wedding. So much build-up, and then suddenly it's come up and done. Right after, it was good because we still had Manon, Guy, and Marie. But when they left, it was so sad. Took a couple of days to get out of the slump. So my sister recently had a wedding, and most of you were probably there. And Jimmy was able to come as well, and it was probably the best wedding I've been to, besides my friend Alex's wedding, whose was a year before in the summer in Kelowna. and that wedding was amazing too. But because this is my sister, it was something that was really important to me, and I can see how for her, that being a really big day in her life, how everything leading up to it was like a lot of stress, and then after that it's like, well, what do you do with all that time that you spent planning and worrying about all these little things? So, you know, it's like you just gotta get ready for something new and keep planning and keep moving forward. So I'm sure everything's fine now, but obviously it's hard to say goodbye to all those people who come into your life and then leave all of a sudden, and I'm sure you'll be okay. You figure out what you're going to do with the photo booth props. Sad that we weren't able to use them. So one of my only duties as the maid of honor was to make these photo booth props, and if you were at the wedding and you saw the photo booth, there was tons of props there, but that only happened after I revealed that I forgot to bring them. I made them all by hand during class time because I had a lot of time at school, and they're really quite nice, but I just forgot them. They're just, everything was packed right here. They're over there underneath like some other things, and I just completely overlooked them. And then my sister's like, so where are the photo booth props? And I was like, just could not believe it. So I don't know what I'll do with them. I might use them in class. I could sell them. They are really nice. Or I could just save them for my wedding or somebody else's wedding. I don't know. We'll see. So I put that calligraphy ink in there for you. It was a present from Trish, and while I love it, my writing is not terribly good, and I have no intention of practicing the nicer stuff. But you've always been good with nice writing and enjoyed fancy printing, so it's yours. Have fun with it. So maybe she's talking about these? No, these are permanent markers. I don't know. There's some calligraphy pens in here, as she says, and I do enjoy writing with nice pens, so thank you. Anyways, lots of love and miss you too. No babies yet, but maybe soon. One day it'll come to be. And I have something to say about that, and this message goes out to all my family. Just because my sister just got married doesn't mean she has to have children. And I know that everybody's gonna be wanting to ask, like, now that you're married, when are you having kids? But really, it's up to her. When she wants to have kids, when Matt wants to have kids, if they have any at all. I mean, I know that she wants to have children, but it's not my business to pressure her in any way, even by asking the question. So we had a conversation recently, just a little video chat. Was it? Oh no, maybe just a phone chat. But she's like, oh, so I bet you're gonna wonder like when I'm having babies. And actually, I wasn't, because I already kind of understood their situation, and like we've talked about it a number of times, and so it wasn't really something that I had to wonder about, because I kind of already know like her sort of plan when she wants to have kids. So I don't want to just be one of those people or another one of those people who adds to the pressure. And yeah, I hope that you have a little care and consideration about her choices, and anybody who's having children, no pressure. It's like you have kids or you don't have kids. There's a lot of kids in the world. You don't have to have them if you don't want to, and if you do, that's wonderful too. And then she just goes on to say that she hopes that she does have kids if she's lucky, and that's the one thing she's always wanted, and she wants lots of kids, and she says that I can spoil them with cute Japanese clothing or whatever you like. So yeah, thank you Alexis for that lovely letter. So inside here, right away I can see that there are Popeyes. So these are sort of like fake cigarette candies. Let's check them out. I mean, I know what they are. They're so good though. I was actually in the 100 yen store the other day, which is like dollar store, and I thought I saw what would have been like candy cigarettes, And I was thinking, oh, if those are like Popeyes, that'd be nice because I kind of miss them. And here they are. She sent me some, so I'm happy. So thank you. And we have chocolate raisins. So thank you. I love chocolate raisins. Some random, oh, this looks like a maple candy. Okay, maple candies. Some pens. It's always nice to have pens. Another one. And then a couple of candy bracelets. So those are cool. 3 of these little chapsticks, which we steal from our dentist. So I don't think he's going to be watching these videos, but yeah, there's lots of these little tiny chapsticks in the bathroom, like a whole bowl of them. And if you ever go to the dentist, well, at least that one, you just go into the bathroom and you just take a few of those. But yeah, she sent me some, so thank you. Ooh, this is maple chocolate. Oh, it's so good. It smells like maple. I mean, if you're Canadian, you love maple. That's just a fact. Oh, she sent me a little cookbook, casseroles and slow cooker. But this will have to wait till I move to my next house. So in our current apartment, we don't have a stove. When we move to a bigger house, I'm going to be using this book. Oh, she sent me French books. One is called Rant, and the other one is called La Fatigante et le Fainéant. See, this is why I need to keep up with my French. So my sister sent me some French books because just a while ago I requested her to send me some because I wanted to keep practicing my French. So there's also this tiny little art therapy coloring kit. So I have a book that's kind of like this that my mom gave to me, but this one looks like it's travel size. So there's tons of little cards, and each one has a little picture on it which you can draw. And if I'm not mistaken, this side right here, it's got a plastic on it, so I can't open, but I think this has little coloring pencils in it. So that's really cool. So I'll definitely use that at school because I have so much free time. So I'm just going to save this till then. Lastly, so there's 2 mini canvases that I can paint on, so that's really cool. Art supplies in Japan, I found, are not very cheap. And lastly, we have this, which my sister talked about in her letter. This is the calligraphy kit. And it's really, really cool. Honestly, so cool. It comes with a bunch of different ink colors, and then it comes with the pen, and then the 2 tips. And I believe this right here tells you about calligraphy. So this is really cool, and I'm really going to enjoy using it. Maybe I'll even use it to send letters to people. Yeah, and that's everything. So yeah, hopefully my sister approves of this video because I'm not going to share it with anybody unless she says it's okay. Same with the letter. So if you're seeing this right now, then she said it was okay, and I was really thankful for her to send me some things. I am always happy to get things in the mail. There's just so much things that I can't get here in Japan that I could get in Canada, or it's just nice to have a surprise. So thanks to Alexis, and I hope you enjoyed this little mail unboxing. So I'll see you around.